Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus. We're here for the final round of Yorion Merfolk in Modern. We won the die roll, so let's get this over with. um, good. I don't know what this person plays. I'm not familiar. But one land, like, I think we have to powder this. Nope, I'm gonna mulligan that. Alright, we can actually keep this one. I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna put Serum Powder in the bottom. I don't like that I exiled 2 of my Force of Negations, though. That makes me really nervous. But I do like... we're going to keep this. We're going to put Serum Powder in the bottom. This is a Lord Heavy hand, and hopefully we can tick one of these vials up to 2 and the other up to 3. Just this is the kind of hand that you want on a mulligan, so if we could draw like an island next turn, we're pure gas. So, right, what do we got? Wooded Foothills. Okay, so is this like burn? What else? Company. Well, we'll just play another vial. Copter's not terrible, I guess. I guess we're gonna find out. It could be Jund. No. Stomping Ground. What's going on here? Oh, it's Dredge. Okay. Yeah, no, we are screwed. This is not how we need to beat Dredge. Oh my god, no, no, no! Not already! This is way too soon. Okay. So they have Dark Blast in hand. Oh, how do you dredge another... you dredge 2 Creeping Chills? The fuck? And you found a Bloodghast, so this Prized Amalgam's coming out. Like, this was quick. That was, like, the best haggle I've ever seen. Yeah, you get Gassed and Prized Amalgam back. You've double Creeping Chilled me. My god. Yeah. The problem is you also have Dark Blast, so, like, I have to be very careful about how I sequence these lords, or you can just, like, kill off everything. God. Alright. I'm gonna have to just get hoofed in the face for 5 this turn. I'm gonna vial in a lord at end of turn, take up both of the vials, and then put a lord and a glass pool in play, and then hope that that's not too late, but, like, it feels like it probably is. Alright, they killed their own Bloodghast so that they can have something to trigger more amalgams in the future. Conflagrate is really, really bad for us. We have 6 cards in hand. Like, we're very close to dead. I just have to play another land. They can get their Bloodghast back at any point. Yeah, here comes Ghast. You gonna Dark Blast it again? Narcomoeba. A hard casting Narcomoeba. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I mean, okay, let me rephrase it. It's not fine, but it could be much, much worse than that. Working off of 1 mana is not ideal here. Better. Let's not take any chances here. So I don't want Dark Blast like killing off my lords. Oh, come on. Alright, they're just going to do this. Okay. I was really concerned that they were going to have, like, Lightning Axe. Alright. I'm going to play Smuggler's Copter. And I will probably use the Smuggler's Copter to block the Prized Amalgam. I have to still be careful of Conflagrate. So they dredge Dark Blast. Alright. So they don't have Life in the Loam yet. We're almost at the point where we can kill them, though. They have Dark Blast in... Oh, maybe... Okay, so if they cast Conflagrate this turn, they can only discard 4 cards at most. Which means they could put me to 7, deal me 5 more, put me to 2. Okay, so if they attack with the Prized Amalgam, I don't think I block, right? They're at 20. I can tick Vial up, activate Mutavault. I could theoretically kill them if I don't block. They could play Merchant of the Veil. So what happens if they play Merchant? Is this going to matter? They could play Merchant as a blocker. If I take 5, I go to 6. Can dredge Life from the Loam. Go up to 5, and then go up to 7 card. Yeah, they... Alright, so here's the deal. If I don't block and they play this Merchant, then I actually die to this, because I will go to 6, and they will be able to deal me 6 damage next turn. Right, yeah, they will be able to. So I have to block at least the Bloodghast. What if I don't block the Prized Amalgam? Do I use the Smuggler's Copter or not? Alright, I'm gonna block with the Lord. I think this is the safest line. And they don't know about the Master Wave, so that'll add 1 power. It'll add basically an extra 4 power I can attack with. That's Merfolk Trickster is ideal. Golgari Thug, yeah, that's bad. Bloodghast has haste, but it shouldn't matter because of Master. Okay, so we tick both of these up. No, actually, no. We only tick up the 1 on 3, so we leave this 1 and 2. No, I can't actually cast that. Okay. I guess I could still find a Merfolk Trickster. So I need them to not find Creeping Chill, basically. It's possible, I guess. So Narcomoeba on top, yeah. So the question is, do I play this Glasspool Mimic? I already have one Spreading Seas in the graveyard, though. Spreading Seas would enable a win, I think. But it might also just be correct to save this in case they find a way to kill off my creatures. Is there any line where this matters to copy something? Okay. Alright, I don't think it matters. I think basically they either find Creeping Chill this turn or they don't, so... And they did not find Creeping Chill. So did they dredge the life from the loam? Yeah, they did. Why doesn't it tell me over here that that's what they got? So they can loam, get back 3 lands, play a land, can flat. Yeah, so they'll have 7 cards in hand, right? But they have to play one, so they'll go to 6. So they can dome me for 6 damage, but I'll still be at 2. And I have enough blockers, I think. I think we're okay here. So I still have like a ton of elementals. So it appears that... Oh yeah, they lost a card from casting the life from the loam too. So yeah, I think we're okay. We just have to block everything. Whatever, this is irrelevant. Like, I am just, you know, being careful not to take damage. We have an overwhelming board state. The Conflagrate cannot deal enough damage to wipe my board. They have 1 blocker, they're dead. There's nothing they can do here. The Dark Blast, like, can't do anything here. They don't have enough mana to do that and Conflagrate. Like, they just lose. They are out of cards. You can put me to 2 if it makes you feel better. Actually, that's not true. They have Cathartic... They could have Cathartic Reunion, so... Okay. So they're just killing off the elementals, but that doesn't really matter though, right? It's too late. I still have a board of stuff that just kills you. Okay, yeah, so they saw it and they conceded. Alright, so we want Relic of Progenitus, and I think we want Deprive. Brazen Borrower is not terribly good. Dismember is terrible. And honestly, Spreading Seas is not particularly useful. I guess I could keep in 1 copy. I think this is fine. This is not going to be a Yorion matchup. This is, however, using Serum Powder to find some relics was probably a good idea, so we'll see if we have that option. We might at least win this match so we can not get totally embarrassed. Master Wave's doing a hell of a job there in the face of Dark Blast. We were able to stick enough Lords to keep Master from being vulnerable to it, which is really important. So that Master, in general, is not a good card versus Dark Blast. Oh, come on! Alright, now we have to mulligan. No landers, so we're mulliganing. However, I'm just hoping they don't keep 7. Which they did, so fuck. Alright, mulligan. What do we do? I guess we keep this and put Copter on the bottom. This is bad. So what do we draw here? Force? Oh, we drew another Benthic Biomancer. Notably, this is not something you really want to play in turn 1 versus Dark Blast. So having the Vial to put it in play is going to be much better, but next turn they're set up to go Cathartic Reunion and just, like, destroy us. We need to have an island for this Deprive. Badly. So they can just discard, like, 2 Stinkweed Imps and just dredge, like, their entire deck. They're not doing anything. Okay, that's important. So we really want lands. Blue sources. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, they didn't get any black mana, so this was probably safe. They might have Lightning Axe, though. Fuck. Is that the only way they had to get something in the graveyard is just Lightning Axe? They boarded in Thoughtseize. That's important to know. We're getting a Narcomoeba back. Okay. It's not the end of the world. Tick up, up, up. There we go. They're not going to block, that's fine. We have our Deprive online, so we're actually safe from, like, a lot of degenerate nonsense. I kind of just have to let that happen. I can't afford to waste the Deprive on it. I'll probably, if they don't do anything else, I'll play Merfolk Trickster in their turn. Then I can tick Vial up and play Regery. Yeah, I'm not happy about the Creeping Chill, but whatever. This is not the end of the world. This could be way worse. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to try to use Trickster to eat this thing now. They seem to rush into combat, so I'm guessing maybe they don't have enough going on. Yeah, alright. We might actually be in okay shape here. We might be in very good shape here. So what do they have in their hand? They're just like, they have nothing? It's gotta, their hand is, there must be awful. They have what? Conflagurate and like Narcomoeba and stuff. I don't really care if they have a Narcomoeba. Alright, you can have that. That's fine. That's not going to actually win the game. So what did they dredge? It looks like they dredged a Life from the Loam. If they just cast Life from the Loam, I might just crack or exile the graveyard. They could discard their hand to conflagurate a bunch of stuff. If they do that, they're like giving up a lot of the board. They're basically, they'd have to trade like their whole hand. They have to do like 2 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. Really? Okay, that's fine. I have the opportunity to get rid of a lot of stuff here. Alright, let's do this now. That's very good. We'll leave this on 3 for right now. So we're actually doing kind of okay. I can just play another Trickster. Like, I don't think they have a lot. I think they're in trouble. I have 2 cards left. Like, what could they be? Yeah, like, that's not going to do anything. Let's... just put more pressure on the board. That's perfect. Now it means I can attack them for 6 a turn, and I'm protected from anything stupidly devastating. Silver Smoke Ghoul. Well, you're not going to gain any life anytime soon. Okay. Sure, you can have a land. I'm keeping it on 3 because if I draw a Glasspool Mimic, I want to be able to cast it. Or I want to put it into play with Vial so I can tap this Narcomoeba. And I think they're just dead. Like, I don't know what they could do here. You fetch a Blood Crypt, like, what is that going to accomplish? I'm going to counter anything relevant you do. They kept, like, an incredibly poor hand. Like, okay, Ox is not good enough here. Even if you had 8 cards for... yeah, I'm just going to counter it. Stinkweed Imp, that's not enough. I guess, okay, it buys them another turn, so... this will still put them to 1, so I still want to do it. It turns off fetch lands, like, I'm okay with this. You know, I guess I could have deprived that. Oh, you know what? I did put another Dredger in their graveyard. That was probably a mistake. Fuck. Why didn't I deprive that? I wasn't paying attention. I should have countered it. Now they could Dredge Creeping Chill and actually be back in this. Alright, well, they did not Dredge Creeping Chill, so we're actually still in it to win it. I guess they would have had to dredge multiple Creeping Chills. They're just going to cast Ox, and I'm going to deprive that. And that should be the end of the game. There's no way you can deal with both of these things now. Okay. If it makes you feel better, you took out my Ether Vial. Alright. Good job, opponent. Well, it's been a while since we played against Dredge, but at least we were able to beat them. One Timely Relic was, like, enough. But, yeah, I don't know. It seemed like they kept a pretty weak hand for Game 2, so... Master of Waves getting there in Game 1 is nice. Overall, like, I think there's potential to this list. Like, it's just... it's not the sort of thing that I'm really used to playing yet. this card is kind of hard to evaluate and use properly, and like, I don't know, Fairy Conclave is like something like, I feel very similarly to this card as I do to Mutavault. Mutavault has the like, this card color screws you a lot, but at least like it comes into play untapped, so you can cast your stuff like Ragery or Master of Waves on time. This coming in tapped makes it really hard to like keep hands that have like this and like say Glasspool Mimic, because you can't cast like Aether Vial in turn 1. You know, Mutavault, not casting Deprive is a problem, but like sometimes Conclave doesn't cast Deprive when you need it to either, so I don't know, but you need some amount of utility out of your land. So maybe I know MHayashi really likes this a lot because he plays like more creature light, whereas the kind of decks that I like to play with Merfolk tend to have more beef to them. Stuff like Glasspool and Ragery, I think, are the way to go with this. I'm just thinking maybe if we're doing this, then maybe these should be like Castle Vantresses instead. So we have something that comes into play untapped, and then it will maybe make the rest of this a little bit more consistent. Yeah, some of these matches were kind of hard, but I don't know. Like, Copter's a card that, like, I understand this card's really good, but I don't know. I've never been like super comfortable with playing it. It just feels really slow, and like most of the time in Modern, you need to be very quick. I mean, we saw a couple times where it was fine, but yeah, I don't know. In general, like, this is not a card I tend to play with, but I think if you're going to play this kind of deck, you need to play with it because you have to have some way to loot away these Serum Powders. Because you really don't want to be drawing them, and if you do, you at least want some way to translate them into a real card. So yeah, we're 2-3, which is like, it's unfortunate. We've come off of a string of like, 3-2s and like 4-1, so you have some negative leagues every now and then, and that's part of Magic. And as I've said before in this channel, I'm not going to hide these from you, so you get to experience this with me. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, and you just have to learn how to handle that, so, it is what it is. I don't know if this is something I'm going to devote a lot of time to, but I know MHayashi is, like, really interested in this, so you should go check him out, Magic Matt on YouTube. Yeah, he does really good content, a lot of like mono red prowess, but also, Merfolk, and he plays some really innovative lists. So if you're interested in that, I would say go check it out. I'm probably going to stick to more traditional stuff in here, so that's all I've got for this week. Yeah, please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you again next week. Take it easy, everybody.